I really need to stop sitting in hardware store parking lots waiting for my husband to come out and listening to conservative talk radio while I do it. Because I am always going to hear something that really ticks me off. That happened not 3 seconds ago. I heard back-to-back clips from Bernie Sanders and from Hillary Clinton trying to out-anti-gun each other. As usual, they were painting the typical American gun owner as the enemy, as one step away from domestic terrorist. Became very clear, very quickly, that Bernie, you, and Hillary, you need to sit down, shut up, and get a lesson on who the American gun owner really is. The American gun owner gets up in the morning, pats his kid on the head, gives his wife a kiss, trudges off to a job for 8 to 10 hours a day, sometimes to a job that he hates. He comes home at night exhausted, sits down for dinner with the family. He cringes when he sits down at the kitchen table to pay the bills, hoping that there's enough money left at the end of the month. He does that because he has this innate instinct to provide for the well-being of his family. He tends to suffer defeat alone and not complain about it. And he celebrates victories with friends and family. He's the guy that's sitting in the back row at his daughter's dance recital, getting a little misty-eyed, thinking to himself, man, she's growing up so fast. He's the neighbor that you can see tossing the football around with his son in the backyard. He's your mechanic down the street. He's the lady at the bakery that baked your daughter's birthday cake. He's the cashier behind the counter at the local convenience store. He's not a monster. He's not one step away from a lunatic about to go berserk merely because he has a hunk of polymer and metal safely concealed in a holster on his hip. He's the type of guy that would run into a fire rather than away from one. And he has a sense of duty to be somebody that his family and his neighborhood can depend on in a time of crisis. He's not some pariah. What's really interesting is he's the guy that you guys claim to want to help. The guy that's struggling to meet the bills, the middle-class worker, the guy that just wants the best for his family. But apparently, you think the way to help those people like me, the American gun owner, is by telling us that you don't approve of our basic human right to self-defense in the legal manner of our choice.